Heroes, something that I'm sure anyone in the world knows. Heroes are things that are ingrained into almost every culture known to man, or at least I would think so. One of the oldest heroes is Beowulf, a hero from the Anglo-Saxon era. The story of Beowulf is quite a simple one. It all starts with the villain, Grendel, killing many men of Heorot. Later, Beowulf would be quested to kill Grendel, which he does with great ease. It is unbelievable how strong Beowulf was. He ripped out Grendel's arm for sake and beat him with it. He would also slay Grendel's mother too, just for fun. Later on, however, Beowulf would finally meet his end at the hands of a dragon. What makes Beowulf a hero in the eyes of the Anglo-Saxon people? Well, there's a couple key traits of what Anglo-Saxon society deemed to be of a hero. Some of those traits are of great bravery, honor, and loyalty and duty. Now, some traits of a hero based on our modern day thoughts are protecting others, being brave, and enhancing the lives of others. Well, a good example of a more modern hero that can compare to Beowulf is Master Chief. Master Chief is wrong green space marine. Anyways, Master Chief is a soldier from the year 2552. So, a while into the future, he is the protagonist of the popular video game series Halo, where John Halo shoot alien and look cool. Although the two characters live in two separate worlds narratively, there are a surprising amount of similarities between the two characters. Although some of those similarities are a bit on the superficial side. The first comparison is that both characters fought to protect their people. For Beowulf, he was fighting to protect the people of Heorot. As for Master Chief, he is a bit more broad for the people he is fighting for, with it being humanity as a whole. Beowulf would protect the people of Heorot from Grendel and other such threats, whilst Master Chief would fight the Covenant and other threats as well. Another similarity is the feats of superhuman strength they both display in their stories. For Beowulf, there are many times he has shown feats of superhuman strength. For example, like I mentioned earlier, Beowulf was able to tear off Grendel's arm from the socket. Might I remind you, that is not an easy task. I have tried. Another feat of superhuman strength was being able to wield a sword made by giants. No ordinary man can wield such a weapon, let alone swing it at something. As for Master Chief, he has shown many feats of superhuman strength. For example, he's been able to flip entire vehicles with no effort, with the vehicles weighing about 3 metric tons or more. One more similarity is that they both show great feats of bravery. For Beowulf, he was able to face Grendel, Grendel's mother, and the dragon without backing down due to his vast amounts of bravery. Beowulf would never back down from a fight even till the very end. Similarly, Master Chief has great bravery and has gone deep behind enemy lines multiple times. A lot of time he would end up fighting horde upon horde of enemies all alone. Another similarity is that they are both highly respected in their own worlds. Beowulf is highly respected by his people and his soldiers in arms. With him as king, he is also respected as a great leader too, not shying away from a fight that would protect the people. As for Master Chief, he is seen as the greatest soldier and a legend. If you are a marine fighting with the Master Chief, you knew that you are going to win the fight. In terms of the events of Beowulf, there are a lot of similarities. The beginning with Grendel killing and taking over Heorot can be similar to the invasion of Reach in a sense. Although Master Chief did not rip out the arm of an enemy like Grendel, he did rip out the brain of a parasite, so I guess that's close enough. Later on, Beowulf would fight the dragon and Master Chief would fight the Gravemind. I'm not sure if it counts as a dragon, but it's close enough. After fighting the dragon, Beowulf would die and Master Chief would die, but not really. More money can be made out of him, so he is to live. Now, some differences between Master Chief and Beowulf. There are a few, believe it or not. One difference between the two is that Master Chief is not of a royal descent. Actually, he was kidnapped as a child before he became a super soldier. Another difference between the two is a quite obvious one: the time periods. Beowulf takes place during the Anglo-Saxon era, while Halo with Master Chief takes place a long time after that period of time, to the distant year of 2552. The last difference between the two is that Master Chief becomes depressed while Beowulf simply dies in the end.